Hello and welcome again to the South Texas Edison channel. It is early morning today, but we have another deck profile requested by Mr. David Riza, YG3TM. Thank you, viewer. I appreciate you keeping up with the channel and requesting this deck profile. Today we will be going over the Beast Warrior Solidarity build that was featured recently on the channel. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the monsters. Now this is a 40 card deck. I'm going to start off showing you 3 Mother Grizzlies. A Mother Grizzly is a Beast Warrior. This is a Beast Warrior build, like I said. So when this card is sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, you can special summon 1 water monster with an attack of 1500 or less face up attack position from your deck, then you shuffle the deck. So it's like a giant rat, but for water. Instead of like giant rat for earth. So yeah, you want to go ahead and get through the deck as quickly as possible. So Mother Grizzly will do that. It gets destroyed, bring out another one, gets destroyed, bring another one. So it thins out the deck a little more. Then we have 3 Phantom Beast Wildhorn. He's a 1700 attack monster with piercing power. I'll show you why it's very important to have him in the deck along with one of the other ones for piercing power. But yeah, we need to have some piercing in this deck, and he's a Beast Warrior. Then I went ahead and added 3 Voice Raiders. It's up to you whether you want to add Voice Raider or not, but Voice Raider is just a classic card for me. It's really nostalgic for me, and he's also a vanilla that's 1900 attack, a Beast Warrior, so he's a big beater for his size. 3 of those goes well, and then we have 3 Enraged Battle Locks. Also does piercing, but here's the best thing about Enraged Battle Locks. He gives piercing to every other Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast type monster on your side of the field. So imagine giving piercing to Voice Raider, Mother Grizzly, and Pitch Black Werewolf. You know, giving all of them piercing power will consecutively give more damage to your opponent. Now, as far as Pitch Black Werewolf, let me tell you, this card came in clutch in quite a few games when I was even playing him. Pitch Black Werewolf, you know, as long as this card remains face up on your side of the field, your opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase. Let me tell you how important that really was for me. I was playing up against a Blackwing player. He was at 600 life points left. I was at like 1600 life points left. And I had an active Solidarity on the field. I had nothing. My monster was destroyed. He had Ashura, and I had another Solidarity in hand. I drew into Pitch Black Werewolf, top decked Pitch Black Werewolf, summoned him, activated the other Solidarity, attacked for 3200 over his Shura, 1 game, because he couldn't. And he had 2 back row. He had a Dimensional Prison and a Mirror Force. Could not activate him because of Pitch Black Werewolf's effect. No traps can be activated. Your opponent cannot activate traps during the battle phase. So he came in really clutch in quite a few games, especially for that effect. So that's the monster count right there. We'll go into the spells. We're going to start off with 3 Book of Moons. And because we do have piercers, it's very important that Book of Moon, you see it in your hand and it is active, because when you book them, they get into defense, and if they do piercing with Solidarity on the field, you get to go ahead and do more damage. Then we go with the 3 Solidarity builds. It's very important that our monsters get beefed up, especially if we have our Book of Moons, so we can do the piercing power. And if not, it's fine. You know, some of our other monsters can get beefed up. It's very important to get Pitch Black Werewolf beefed up in the battle phase, so that way no traps can be activated. It stops Mirror Force, it stops Dimensional Prison. Any other traps that you think they want to activate during the battle phase, you have to force them out of that so they can activate it in the main phases or in the standby phase or in the end phase. Solidarity, very good. And you get Solidarity pretty active really quick with Mother Grizzly, because she gets sent to the graveyard and you can get all 3 of them in there really quick. And then we have 1 MST and 1 Allure. Allure is pretty good in this deck because you do have your targets of 3 Pitch Black Werewolves or the 3 Voice Raiders. You have targets for Allure. More draw power is needed in this deck. Now we go to the traps. We have 2 Legacies, more draw power. Gotta have them, need them. Now this is very interesting card tech that I liked using before but never really implemented into the other decks, but this one I felt it worked really well because of the fact that you do piercing. Robin Goblin, book a moon your monster, activate Robin Goblin, have a solidarity, or not a solidarity, but even if they're big enough, if your monsters are big enough, the piercers do damage to piercing, activate Robin Goblin's effect, and rip a card from their hand manually. If you have 2 of these active on the field, you get to rip 2. If you have all 3, well, you get to rip 3 cards. Anytime that you can deal damage, it's very important with this deck. Since I'm running the 3 Robin Goblins, ripping the resources out is very important for this deck. Then we have 2 Royal Oppressions. Since this deck does not really special summon to say, the only special summoning is happening during the battle phase in substep 7, so they can't oppression your Mother Grizzly, but they do a lot of Royal Oppression special summoning, so Royal Oppression is needed, and it's only at 2 unfortunately, but Royal Oppression is needed in this deck. Then we have 2 Bottomless, get rid of monsters. Dimensional Prison, get rid of more monsters. The 1 Torrential, 1 Solemn, 1 Trap Dust Shoot, 1 Starlight Road, 1 Mirror Force, and 1 Dark Bribe. These 3 are to protect your back row. It's very important to protect your Robin Goblins and your Solidarities. Make sure they stay active and alive on the field. It's pretty much these staple traps right here. Ripping cards from the hand. Another card that rips cards from the hand. There isn't much of an extra deck for this main deck. Just Stardust Dragon for the Starlight Road. If you need it, it's there. You don't necessarily have to pull it off. But if you're going for game and you're in that late game state and you try to destroy all your monsters or your back row, more than 1 card on your field, go ahead and activate Starlight Road if you have it, and then bring out the Stardust for a kill. It's situational, because if this bad boy gets into your graveyard, then your Solidarity is no longer active. So the good thing about Starlight Road is that you can bring him out if you want to. If you don't want to, then you don't need to. You just stop the effect. Now we'll go into the side deck. Now, depending on your locals, this always depends on your locals, whatever's running. But for my locals, this is what I set up. Burden of the Mighty. Force them to put monsters in defense so that your piercers can get through, and then do the piercing damage, and then activate Robin Goblin's effect, right? Then we have Power Filter. Power Filter, very cool card. Neither player can special summon monsters with 1,000 or less attack. Stops the frogs. Stop the frogs with this one, along with Chain Disappearances. 3 Chain Disappearances. When a monster with 1,000 or less attack is summoned, banish that monster with 1,000 or less attack. Then your opponent banishes all cards with the same name as the cards from their hand and deck. Stops frogs also. There's a lot of frog players out there right now, and right there, those 5 cards can definitely put a halt to that. Very annoying. We got 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors against the Light Sworns. Back row removal, 1 Dust Tornado, and another Dark Bribe just in case you need a protection, more protection for your back row. It's there. Another Legacy, more draw power if you just decide to add more draw power. This is something that I've been trying out. I don't know, I've been liking it. I haven't seen it much, but when it does come up, I like what it does. Adhesion Trap Hole. It doesn't need to stay active on the field, it just be activated. So you can only activate this card when your opponent successfully normal summons, flip summons, or special summons a monster or monsters. As long as the monsters remains on the field, their original attack of that monster is halved. So they bring out something with let's say Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat brings out monsters, Adhesion Trap Hole, force them to synchro, or you can just wait till they synchro if whatever they bring out. Then you can Adhesion Trap Hole that, or you can Adhesion Trap Hole Caius, or anything else that's kind of big enough to stop you. Just Adhesion Trap Hole, half their attack. You know, it doesn't need to stay active on the field, doesn't equip to them, it just activates, gets into the graveyard. It's very interesting. I kind of like it. I'm going to start utilizing that a little bit more. But yeah, so some of the matchups that I had were the Black Wings. I dominated them twice, actually, in 2 different tournaments with this deck. It's very impressive. I like the way it's working out so far. There may be some little things that change here and there. For example, maybe I'll add Common Charities, because I do have War Trader. Common Charity is a trap card that you activate, draw 2 cards, banish a vanilla. Kind of like Allure does, but with Allure you banish a dark monster. You may want to try implementing that into the deck since you are running vanillas with War Trader. And then I went up against a Machina player. That was a very fun duel. It was back and forth till game 3, but in the end, the Beast Warriors came in on top. The one matchup I had against the Frogs, I really was a little bit disappointed in myself, because if you saw the video, it's there. I should have played it a little differently. Instead of activating Starlight Road because I had Roll Oppression up, I should have activated Dark Bribe. Dark Bribe would have been the better play instead of Starlight Road. If I had activated Dark Bribe, I definitely would have won that match and the second one back to back, and I would have moved on to the finals, because the match after that I ended up winning, and it was a 3-round night, and I would have gone to the finals with this deck. So just things to learn, things to try out. But yeah, this is the Beast Warrior deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Test it out. If you guys want to test it out, any changes you want to make, go ahead and make those changes, and let me know what you guys come up with, and how it goes for you guys. All right, peace out from South Texas, Edison.